Just like when you started time for me, I hadn't been stuck for so long. You make the time that you feel misunderstood into it. Let's start over right here. From square one. No, I'll start from zero.
I like the way you kiss me, I can tell you miss.
契約を僕と交わしてはくれないだろうか。夏木すばる。
Walking side by side.
I'll never smile again until I smile at you. I'll never laugh again. What good would it do?
At first, when I see you cry, it makes me smile. Yeah, it makes me smile.
And you? What would you do for that?
Why so serious? I died over 100 million times. Behold an unthinkable present.
I die and I come back. It's true! I've been returning by death! I've died and started again over and over! God, it's
Rewrite our history, rewrite our history. Can change the whole world, gonna take it over, gonna start it over. Don't you know what we could be? A new beginning, fighting till we're winning. Tell me that.
How old are you? 29.
I'm the world's greatest superhero. You're my greatest failure.
One week at a time. Oh, forgive me who you are, for what you stand and gain. Just know that if you are.
I am pleased to see you. There must be some part of you still in there. I'm more than I ever was.
You'll soon come to realize the ones in danger from snow are all of you right from the beginning.
Patching together continuing to form its shape, patching together, continuing to mold its shape, patching together, continuing to fill in the colors, patching together, and continuing towards bringing myself closer to completion, patching together, and even now, as I patched myself together, I was still incomplete.
Mama, I'm chasing a ghost. I don't know where it is. Mama, I'm chasing a ghost. Do I look? Huh. I decided to really get the other side of you. I would never ever bother you. Yeah. You ain't never gotta bother me. I'm everything that I strive to be. So do I love like
Темная ночь, только пули свистят по степи.
one week at a time. Oh, for giving who you are, for what you stand and gain. Just know that if you hide.
Was disgusted by Subaru's actions, and she vocalized her frustration as she disposed of the man's corpse, but Subaru wasn't happy with Frederica's disrespect. So later that night, when she brought him his dinner, he flipped another coin as she was leaving. "Heads," he said. "Don't worry, Frederica. Your family is safe for now."
What's my 9mm go? Bang, bang. What da 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 I'm just high.
I heard a voice ripe with hatred, a sound which would not leave my ears. Words imbued with rage followed me. It was frightening, so frightening that I could not bear it. I was being crushed by the pressure of this noise, which did not obscure its murderous intent.
I'm going to kill you!
It gripped onto my soul and would not let go. There was myself, and with the more I clung to my life, the more I would hurt others. First and foremost, I was sorry, so sorry, and yet I was still drowning.
Because in the If-Wrath route, Reinhardt, while fatigued and with his divine protection suppressed, Reinhardt was able to defeat Cecilis, who is the strongest character in Wallachia, the fastest man alive, and had 3 years of prep time just for this fight, making him stronger than his main route version. On top of Cecilis, Reinhardt also fought and killed Hannibal, who is the strongest character from Kararagi, and the strongest ninja in the world, whose martial skills are said to be on par with even Reinhardt.
Trying to run away won't help you. That's enough.
One week at a time. Oh, forgive me everyone for what you said and gave. Just know that if you are.
He is a villain by the devil's law. He is a killer just for fun. The man's a snitch and unpredictable. He's got no conscience, he got none.
And for the first time, Reinhardt felt immense anger.
To defeat Reinhardt, what Subaru did was destroy everything Reinhardt stood for, and this meant all of Lugunica and everyone that Reinhardt cared about. Subaru worked with the Witch Cult to try to destroy the entire country, and in the final fight with Reinhardt, he managed not to just burn the capital, but the entire country itself.
I've heard this laughter before. The voice of a man I hated.
Girl, I did it for you. I did it for you. I did it for you.
Something like